So what's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the Sleepover collection from Unearthly Cosmetics. So this just came in the mail today. I actually filmed all the stuff I planned on filming today, so I had to come back to my grandmother's house tonight just to make sure I got this filmed so you all can see this video tomorrow. So I'm trying to get this up on Sunday. That's gonna be a bonus video. So just so you know, my new filming schedule, I told you all about it in the video that went up Friday. I want to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so that way I don't have to rush myself as much to, like, when stuff comes in on the weekend, have to come out here, rush to film it, rush to edit, and rush to get it up. So I feel like if I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I change the time, so I think I've changed it to like 5 or 7 o'clock. I'm not sure, 1700 hours since they do military time, but I believe that's 5 or 7 o'clock. So I changed it, and it seems like you all like it a little bit better that way. So I'm hoping that we can be okay with that, and then you might get bonus videos here and there, like you're gonna get this bonus video here now with the Sleepover palette. So I got the palette, and then I got the highlighter called Bow and Arrow, and I got one of the blushes called Charmed. So I'm hoping that's not the one that's the lighter of the two, because I saw Annette's Makeup Corner's video, and I think I saw, and of course y'all know I saw Karen Harris's video. And I saw my girl Beauty and the Frizz's video, which is, by the way, that's actually whose code I use this time. So I use Frizz Face to buy this stuff instead of Cage Makeup, because we got to spread the love. If all the homies got codes, we need to spread it across the board. So the next time I buy from Nomad, I'll use Karen's code again, because the last time when I bought the palette that they just came out with, I used Beauty and the Frizz's code, which again is Frizz Face. So you can use Frizz Face to buy your Unearthly Cosmetic stuff, or you can use Cage Makeup to buy it. I'm just going to alternate between both because I know both the ladies. I like both the ladies, so I want to support both the ladies. Anyway, let me show you what the blush looks like. So I got the deep purple one, which I was excited about because I feel like I really don't see too many deep purple ones. And since my blush is kind of wearing off a little bit, I might just do some blush, what do you call it? Blush tapering? Is that what they call it? I forgot. And just put it toward the back of my face here. I have to dab off the oil, but I'm gonna swatch it on my hand just so we can get an idea of how it's gonna work on some of my skin tone, because I got a feeling it might be somewhat ashy, and I might need to put another shade underneath it, and that's why I kind of wanted to drape it, because as you can see, it's looking kind of ashy for some of my skin tone, so I don't know how I feel about that, but you know, I don't think I own any other purple blushes, so I was simply just intrigued by the fact that it was purple. And I love the packaging on all this, and the fact that she always does a good presentation of different tones of people. She just doesn't always have like lighter people, if you will. Like, she doesn't always have the majority on her packaging. She does a great idea of unifying everyone and showing everyone's complexion, because everyone wears makeup of all different skin tones. So I appreciate that. Like with the bunnies palette, if you all notice, there's a brown bunny, there's a bunny Karen's tone, there's a bunny my tone, there's a bunny your tone, there's a bunny in all different colors. So this is the highlighter Bow and Arrow. I really like the coloring on that too. It's like a champagne-y peachish gold type shade. I'm sorry, pinkish gold type shade. I really like that color, so we will see how both those work. But I want to do the palette comparisons first, then I'll go dab the oil off my face, and then I'll zoom y'all in, and we will put on these blushes and stuff, and then I will go off camera, figure out an eye look, and come back for you all. Okay? Okay. So here's what she looks like. Again, she has the packaging with all different ladies on it. There's one that's more Karen's skin tone, there's one that's my skin tone, and then there's one that's of a lighter skin tone. So everybody is represented. And representation matters. So here's what the inside of the palette looks like. It has the same setup as the Witching Hour palette does, where you just pop out the pans. So I thought that was nice, because since she's making singles now, you should be able to pop it out and, you know, put in a different color if you prefer to. I think she usually kills it with her color story, so I don't ever want to change any palette that she makes, to be perfectly honest. She's one of those few brands where I'm like, yes, I love the color story. I always love the color story, so I don't ever feel the need to change anything in any Unearthly Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. They're just stunning on their own. Hayden does an excellent job when it comes to color stories, okay? Anyway, so let's compare. So we have the She's in Parties palette from Melt up against the Sleepover palette. As you can see, they're not of similar tone, but I figured I would show them. I will be doing comparisons on my Instagram of all the palettes I feel like are close to my collection. These are the ones I just left out here. I forgot to leave my what is that palette called? I forgot to leave my Sweet Pinks and my Berries palette from Juby's Place out here, so those will be included in the Instagram reel since I don't have them here. The next one I have to show is the Blushing Rose. I know these aren't exact. I'm literally just showing you every pink palette I own, okay? So I know all of them aren't gonna be exact, but since it was literally sitting directly next to me, I figured why not? You know, why not, show? It's not gonna hurt anyone. So. Next I have the Mauve palette from Juvia's Place. This is what it looks like. It gives somewhat of a similar vibe, but it doesn't have that darker shading. But I feel like it has some of the similar lighter tones in it, so I thought that's why I thought it would be good to show this one. And like I said, they were literally sitting directly next to me for when I pulled them out for showing them with the palette from Hershey Kisses, because I feel like this is a good dupe for the Hershey Kisses what is it, the I think it's Special Darks, sorry, the Lava Cake palette that they came out with. Next we have the Retro palette from Natasha alongside of the Sleepover palette. I don't know, I like the fact that she put light pinks in and she did more of a pinky story, because it is a cute Valentine's Day palette. Next I have the Love palette from Natasha. So here we go with this one. I feel like this is a good alternative to this palette as well, and it gives you some reds that aren't in this palette since this is more like pink based. So that's what it looks like aside it. I think those are all the palettes that I have. That's all I see sitting out here. So let me zoom y'all all in. Let me go pat these oils and stuff off my face, and then we can get into the blush and the highlighter. Okay, so y'all, changed my lip to save time, because since I'm doing a vampy eye, I figured we could do a vampy lip tonight. I'm gonna start with the shade Charmed. I have what is it? I believe it's Dolly on my cheek, so I felt like I was hoping it came today, so I put a blush that I felt like would blend in well with the color. So I'm gonna start at the back and then work toward the front, so that way you can see what it looks like on its own, and then we'll go forward and put it on top of Dolly from Buxom. So I feel like this is definitely gonna need something underneath, right? I'm just powdering crazy and it's hardly gonna show up, or if it does show up, I'm gonna look a little ashy. See, cause yeah, no. So let's just bring it on down. But I started at the top so you can see what it looks like naturally, and then blend it in. So this is a blush I would definitely have to put with something else, because otherwise I just look ashy and crazy. And I'm not here for that. But it is a beautiful color. I really like the color. I feel like I would mix this with the shade, what is it, Divine Rose from Mother, or with the shade Dolly from Buxom. Like I said, I would mix it with any like peachy, I'm sorry, not peachy, rosy or mauvey blush. Give some extra oomph to it, because I feel like it's giving me a little bit of shimmer and satiny sheen to it, so I like that. Yeah, it's definitely giving a more satiny sheen to it, which I am definitely here for. So it's a beautiful color. It's just, if you're my skin tone, you'll have to mix it with something else, because I don't feel like it's just gonna look good on someone my skin tone on its own. Like, it's not giving that. Y'all saw in the back of my hand, it showed us it wasn't giving that, which is fine, because you know, as long as it can be worked with and still work out, I feel like it's fine. And I feel like it's working out just fine right now on top of the Dolly blush. But I feel like if I was going to do this, I would mix it in with the Dolly blush instead next time, instead of just using it on its own. But, you know, it looks cute. I must say, I actually like the way it looks, because it has that satin sheen to it, and I don't feel like it's giving as much color. It would work out just fine. So that's what we're looking like with the blush. Let's go ahead and try out the highlighter. I'm surprised by this blush, because I thought it was gonna be Ash Shitty Chick, and it wasn't. So that's good. Now with highlighter, I'm not as concerned about the highlighter. Just swatching on my hand, I feel like it gives just a gorgeous peachy pink gold sheen to it, and I was right. Look at that. That is stunning. But I mean, it is the one with the color of someone like me on it, so I was hoping that means it would work for me, and we weren't having a Kalila situation where they had blushes with people my skin tone on them, but nobody my skin tone could actually wear, you know. Anyway, here for it. It's a vibe. Loving it. Did y'all see Karen's friend Heather Alston is supposed to have a collab with Adept Cosmetics? Now I've only watched, I think, 2 of Heather's videos maybe. I think I watched two decluttered videos from her, and that was it. So I'm not really familiar with her content, but apparently she must do a lot of Adept content since she was the first person Adept collabed with. Now I've told you all my Adept story before, and how I found out about Adept Cosmetics through Angela Mary Turner, an Instagrammer. So that's how I found out the brand existed. But you know, Heather must really like be huge on the brand, talk a lot about the brand and all that other stuff if she's the first one that they collab with. So shout out to her. They revealed the palette today on Instagram. And since everybody was saying it's Heather Austin, I assumed it must have been, because like they kept tagging her and she didn't respond. And I feel like anytime you tag somebody and they didn't respond, it's them. Like for example, when Angie did the collab with this is my chin's looking like. So when Angie did the collab with Odin's Eye, and how everybody was tagging and saying it can't be Angie, and then I was like, yeah girl, it is Angie. And then of course it was Angie, because it looked like it was Angie's palette, at least to me it did. It was another situation like that, so that's when I was like, okay, it must be her, because she's not responding to anybody, you know, tagging her and saying it's her. But anyway, this is what the highlight looks like. I am in love with both of these products. Oh my goodness, I never tried their blushes, so I'm excited to have it in the highlighter. It's stunning. I'm gonna go off camera though and get an eye done. The battery's about to die anyway, so I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Okay girl? Okay y'all, so this is the eye I came up with. I like it. I really like the color story. So I used a good majority of the shades. I think I used every shade except, yeah, I used every shade except this one and that one. So what I did was, this is our outer V shade. This is what's on the lower lash line, the shade Sleepover. We used the pink shade in the crease. We used this very light pink toward the front, which I was really excited about. I really love that shade. I want to do that all over the lid with like an outline of one of these two shades in it. I feel like that would be really nice. Then I used this on the lid, this on the lid, and this is our inner corner shade. So let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. So I used the Natasha Denona eyeshadow primer base, the one that what's her name, Net's Makeup Corner so in love with, that she's talking about how she's happy she got a backup of, and how she couldn't find on Sephora's website anymore. I haven't looked for it on Sephora's website. I just bought mine on Natasha Denona's website when I had to buy a palette. I forgot which palette it was. I think it was the Mini Crush I had to buy it on, so then that way I could get free shipping, because I wasn't about to pay $25 for shipping. And I could just get an eyeshadow base and get free shipping, so at least I get something out of the price. That's just me, but you know. I'm really liking this color. I think it looks stunning. I would have loved to just put the pink shade all over this. I'm definitely gonna do some more looks with this palette. I have like 4 new palettes that I have in the mail. So every day this week when I go to work, I'm just gonna do a different look with the palettes. I might do palette mashups with some of them. I'd be interested to try to pair this with the Nightfall one, because I feel like I could come up with a unique, fun color story going with this. Some of the colors in here remind me of Mini Crush, so I will show you all that as well. I'm gonna show you all a whole bunch of pink palettes on my Instagram stories. That was the shade Sweetheart. Now we're gonna go into shade Flirty, and the shade Sleepover is the one that's on the lower lash line. So Flirty is that lighter pink. I'm putting toward like the middle of the crease. This is made by Mitchell Brush. I really like this because it really literally just sits right in the crease perfectly. Just blends everything out nicely. So I like to use that right here. Beautiful, beautiful colors. This is probably one of my favorite colors for the Valentine's Day palettes, alongside my Natasha Denona Mini Love palette. Sorry, not Midi Love palette. Just look how gorgeous these colors look and how nicely they pop on my skin. I need to use a white base. So imagine if I used a white base with this pink in the inner corner, might have popped even more. But you know, I didn't think it was that deep. So Beloved is the shade that we're using now, and look how gorgeous that is. Like, I feel like if I put that underneath a white base, like it will just pop to melt in, because it's popping right now and it's hardly, see? Look how nice it's popping down. We only use like a beige base. So honey, imagine I use a white one. When I get ready to put it all over the lid, I most likely will use a white one just because it looks stunning. I'm just trying to blend in the crease to make the inner corner impactful, as impactful as possible. And this is another made by Mitchell Brush. I love this one because it like does perfectly in the corner, gets nice and right in the socket where it can just blend out perfect. Look how beautiful it is. I will say I feel like it's not clinging in this spot right here, like where you see the brush right now. I feel like it's not clinging perfectly there like I would like. Maybe that could be because of the eyeshadow base. I don't know. I know you can't see it from the distance that you are, but close up I can see like how it's not doing it. Now I didn't use any glitter glue for this, so I'm just going with the shade. So the shade I started off was Bouquet. That was that nice iridescent looking goldish, like I guess bright peachish, pink fuchsia looking shade. More, it's more of a bright pinkish shade. It's like if the highlighter had more pigment to it. That's how I see it is with this extra pigmented base that they put in it to give it the reflective color it's giving, but it just looks like an eyeshadow version of the highlighter I put on my face, in my personal opinion. and it's stunning. And I'm here for it. And I left, yes. I found some old footage y'all I filmed from January that I thought I had put up. Because I had planned on putting it up in January and it never went up. So y'all just get some random old video like later. Because the eye looks like you've already seen before. So just, you know, ignore. Just be prepared. I'm telling you now. So now I'm going to take the shade Satin. That's the one at the top that I showed you. And we're going to use that next. So it's giving like a bright gold shade. I feel like it and the one in the corner are similar to where we didn't need both of them in the palette, in my personal opinion. But you know, like maybe they're going to give off different reflex after I get the eye look done. I don't know. But right now they just look similar enough to me why I didn't feel like I needed both. That's just my personal opinion though. But the other one, I guess, it seems like it's a deeper gold. It just seems to be like a lighter champagne gold. So maybe that's why she included both of them in there. Because on further looking, it is like more champagne gold. And then the other one seems to be more of a like yellow gold. So with those two different golds and I guess two different skin tones, they'll look good on both skin tones. And if you are of a lighter skin tone, you might not want to use the gold that's in my inner corner. So now I see what's in there. I personally didn't think both of them were needed. That shade is called Laughter, the one that's in the inner corner. We're about to put in now. So go ahead and just dust it on in there. Okay, y'all, so let's back it up and talk about this palette. So I feel like it's the standard Unearthly Cosmetics quality. I don't feel, I know some people are saying they feel like the new shimmers are pressed hard in the pan. I don't feel like these are pressed that hard in the pan. Like the ones from the Poison Apple, the new Poison Apple that I did the Battle of them, I felt like those were really hard pressed in the pan. I still what she meant by that. But these, I don't feel like they're as hard pressed in the pan as that palette is. But they are harder pressed than the original ones are. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do like the palette overall, though I really like it. I didn't think I was gonna like the Sleepover shade, but as long as I put it on lower lash line, I feel like it's fine because I don't really like sequin shades, and that's essentially what it is since it has glitter in it. So I'm not too crazy about that shade, but overall the tones, the color, and the formula of this palette I really like. I'm especially in love with this shade and this bright pink. I like most of the palette as a whole. The only shade I'm not really that crazy about are like this shade Cuddles and this shade Sleepover, because I feel like this is more of a brownish leaning shade, but maybe it's like a brownish burgundy and that's why it's in here, because looking at it, it's giving just plain brown, but I feel like if I swatch it out, it might be brownish burgundy. Let's swatch it out and see. I'm hoping that's what it's for and that's why it's in here, because if it's just a brown, it's like, why? Okay, yeah, so it's just a brown, so I don't necessarily feel like this goes in with it that well, but I guess if you want to do a simple quick 2-eye look, it would be good, because if you don't want to use the pinks and purples, you have that plain brown you can use, and then you can put one of the gold or the champagne on and make a simple rush out the door eye look. So I guess she tried to make a little bit part of it for every day as well with those three shades, the the gold and the brown and then the simple this right there, and then you can do just a simple old school vampy smoky eye real quick, because the glitter will fall out of this, and as you can see it's quite dark because underneath my lower lash line. So I get where she's coming from, because you can make one simple everyday look, and then when you want to play with pops of colors, there's a few pops of color here with it, but I would prefer just to have like another color that I felt like went better with the tones that were already chosen for this palette. So if she had made this a burgundy instead, I think I would like that better. And if this had been just like a deep plum shade without the sequin, I would like that a whole lot better. And we change out one of these golds for something else, I'd be feeling that more. But overall I still like the palette enough to where I'm glad I have it in my collection, and I like the formula of it. I like the overall presentation of it. Those are just like kind of small nitpicky things if you want to be like a picky petty bitch about it. Those are the things that I would personally change, but overall it's great. I like it. I recommend it. I think it's still on sale on the website right now. When I checked earlier today before when I got home and found out this palette was here, it was still available. She was out of the milkshake, the All I Ever Wanted. It was another one that she was out of. I don't remember what it was though. But like she's constantly in and out of certain palettes, so it's like when you see something that she wants, you should probably jump on it like that, because otherwise she gonna run out and you have to wait a while. And if you like me, you gotta make videos. You can't be sleeping, girl. You can't be waiting on it. Even though it's called Sleepover Palette, you can't be sleeping. Anyway, so those are my thoughts on all the things. I like the blush. The only thing is I'm going to put this blush on top of another blush. Like I told you, I'm gonna put this on top of the shade Dolly or the shade Ibiza. I feel like it would go good on top of, because it has a nice satin finish to it, and then that shade would it wouldn't look as ashy. Not that it looks too badly ashy, but it wouldn't look as ashy. And as you all saw, I put it on top of another blush, which is, I feel like, helping it out a little bit, because on my hand on its own it just looks a little ashy and chalky, and that's not necessarily good for my skin tone. But the highlighter is bomb, all the stuff is bomb. Those are just little critiques I have based upon having melanin versus someone reviewing this who doesn't have melanin. I heard people that didn't have melanin talk about how they thought this blush was still too light for them. So imagine how it's gonna look on me. Those are my thoughts. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.